video we will take our discussion ahead and we will discuss something as you might have seen into the heading of the video, that is the input function. And as the name suggests, we will take the input from the user. So until now what we learned was variables and data types, and I hope that were fun. Okay. So what we did in both of that videos was we assigned the values directly into our application. So this didn't make our program dynamic. That was a very rigid part of a program. The values were fixed. So now what we can do is let's make our programs a little more dynamic and let the user input the value for us. Okay. Previously what we did, let's take an example for that username example. We define the variable username and we directly assign the value here. So now what we can do is let the user enter the value for the variable or enter the value that is required into the application. So Python 3 has Python 3 has got your back in this also, and Python 3 provides an inbuilt function to take input from the user, that is the input function, or the name of the function is input. So now let's again do more of coding and less of talking. So take your machines and get ready. So here what we will do is let's create a new file first, file and new, and name it as input.py. Okay, so we have a new file input.py, and in this what we need to do is let's take a input from the user. So as we discussed, there is a function in Python 3 called as input function. So let's write input function, input, and what this function does is it if you don't take any parameter, if you don't pass any parameter, again it's okay, but you can pass an optional parameter that is string, let's say in double quotes, and in this you can write a message for the user that please enter whatever is required. So let's say here we want to ask the user for their age, so we will pass an extra pass a parameter that will be a string, and we will write is enter your age. Okay. But now here if we run the program, the value will be accepted, but where the value will go or where the value will be stored? Yes, we need to store this into a variable. So let's define a variable age. Age is equals to, okay. So now let's try and run this program and let's check what happens. So let's first print the value. So print age, and let's run this file, run input. So here it is waiting for the user to input some value. So let's input the age, let's input 15 and click on enter. So here we saw that 15. So let's make this program a little more let's say interactive. Okay, so let's make this program more interactive, and here let's write some message that your age is. So here what we did was we passed an extra parameter to print as well, your age is, and then we wrote a comma as you can see, and then we passed the variable. So what this will print is your age is 18. How 18 or how 15? The value that will be stored into the variable will be assigned after that. So let's run it and let's see that what happens. Let's run it again. Enter your age. So let's input this time 18. So your age is 18. So I hope that you got the this new version of print function, that you can write a printing message as well in it, and then we can assign a variable to it as well, and the value of the variable will be given to it. Okay. Now as we discussed in the when we were discussing Python 2 versus Python 3, that in Python 3 the input function takes input in string only. So right now we can see this 18 as 18, but is it 18? No, it is a string value. First now let's verify that. So let's print type of age, and let's run it. So here, okay, 16. Here we can see that age is str 16. So it's a string value. Now can a age be in a string? No, it has to be a numeric. So if you are developing an application and if you want to take age from the user, so it has to be an integer, and here it is string. So now what we need to do? If you recall, we did something called as typecasting. So similarly we typecasted a variable. In similar manner we will take a user input from the user and directly typecast into it. So how it is done is that here we will write int and inside the int there we are passing the variable name. Here we will directly take the input from the user. So inside the name method, inside the int method, the type conversion to convert the type. So for that, inside the int method we will pass the input method. So here the age first will be taken. First this input method will execute and it will take the age from the user. Let's say it was 15. So 15 here was in the form of string. So now this int method will execute and it will convert string into integer, and this will be stored in it. And now let's rerun this program and let's try and verify the value of age. So run. So age is 16, and here we can see that age is 16 and it has been int. So here we understood that how to take input from the user and how to convert it into another value that we want. So now what your task is that you have to take the input from the user in float and complex as well. Okay, so that's your task. Now let's go ahead and take the username from the user. Let's say username. Okay, I am going wrong with spelling nowadays. And input. Enter your username. And let's run the file. First let's print these two lines. Okay, I want to comment these two lines. I think my comment hash also isn't working. Why it is happening? Okay, let's skip that part. So what we want to do is we want to take the user input from the user. So now let's run the file. Run input, and here, okay, skip this. Okay, now it is asking enter your username. So let's see, let me enter my username. Let's say the username is John, and process finished with exit code 0. Now what this exit code says that your program was executed successfully without any errors. And why we didn't got anything, or why we didn't got John printed, because we have stored John in this username variable but we haven't printed it onto the output screen. So let's do that. So print username, and now let's rerun the file. Okay, John, and here we can see John was printed. So now here we understand that input is in the format of string, and here our requirement was also a string, so we don't have to worry. So only the thing that we need to worry, or we need to take an extra care, is when our requirement is integer, float, or some other data type. So at that time we need to externally typecast it. So with this, let's end the discussion. I'm sorry. So with this, let's end the discussion for the input function, and let's move ahead into next videos and let's see what we will learn.